important part of this is thank y'all for having shade. I got a bald head and I don't need a tan, so it's so exciting for me to be on this side of the shade. That was just a joke for those of you who don't understand the Southern humor yet. We'll give you only one small piece of correction to my good friend Newton over here. This is the first district. It's not the Charleston district, it's the first district. And I will assure you that I will remember that my proportion of time will be spent in every aspect of the first district. So if you guys elect me as your congressman, I'll be spending a percentage of my time based on the population. I'll be here a lot. And some of the issues that we deal with here in the Low Country really has to do with what we're doing in Washington. There's no clear example of Article 1, Section 8, the enumerated powers, than the Marine Corps Air Station and Paris Island. I gotta tell you, there's no greater breach than the concept that Ed asked me a few minutes ago about military sequestration. I'm going to change my remarks a little bit because you wanted to ask about military sequestration.
Yeah.
Part of the challenge that we face in America today is a challenge of common sense. Y'all know what I mean? We lost it. I'm not sure where it went, but it is gone now. So we need a president and a Congress who understand common sense.
That's right.
Our founding fathers had this notion that half of the enumerated powers deal with the military because Congress's responsibility ought to include and specifically start with our national defense. But in the face of the Constitution, in the face of budget challenges, Congress and the President used our troops as pawns last year to try to create the budget deal that failed. I voted against it in part because I don't believe in using our military as pawns in a budget deal. We ought to cut our spending because we can't afford it. Period. Well, what happened, sir, on sequestration is that the President cut spending in the military by $487 billion. On top of that comes military sequestration of almost another $550 billion more on top of that. Said differently, $1 trillion of cuts to our military. And if you're watching the news, as I'm watching the news, the last thing we can afford is to eliminate the notion of peace through strength. So the impact of military sequestration is a loss of 1 million civilian jobs in support of our troops. 200,000 of our troops, 20,000 Marines, gone. 80,000 members of the Army, gone. 60 Navy vessels, parked. Massive impact on our national security. A part of America's greatness is our strength. And we need to make sure that we articulate that strength not only with our words, but with our ability to respond. Second thing I'd like to talk about is, and this is the lack of common sense I was talking about a few seconds ago. Think about this. Last year we made a deal that I didn't like, which was to spend $1,047 billion. We call it 1047, just to make it simple. Now this year, you know what happened? You don't know what happened, right? No. Let me tell you what happened. Very close. Spending went down to only 1039, $8 billion less than we anticipated. So what did they do for this 6-month CR? They had to increase spending
to get their budget correct.
To get the budget right. Now think about that. We saved $8 billion, and now the budget deal that we just approved that I voted against had to increase spending 0.06% across all categories just to get back up to the 1047. I say take the $8 billion and send it home to Americans. I mean, it's just being simple with it. We missed a golden opportunity to show that we are serious about spending. If you don't have it, you don't spend it. And if you don't have it and you were going to spend it, don't spend it. Unfortunately, that is another clear example why Mitt Romney and Paul Ryan will bring common sense back to Washington, D.C. with your support. I look forward to meeting with y'all individually as I walk around for the next, hopefully, 45 minutes or so, I would say this, that I need your support. I need your votes. I'm going to thank you in advance for it, and I will ask you personally for it as well. But know this, I am your servant. You are my bosses. And that is a relationship I've had with my constituents for a very long time, and it seems to work pretty good. Because every once in a while, I do find a foot near the back of my pants when I get off course a little bit. So it teaches me not to get off course too much. So I look forward to talking to you. Thank you for the barbecue. Thank you very much for the barbecue, y'all. What a wonderful treat for all of us. God bless you.
For you, okay?
I've been coming for 6 months and now I'm here. Thank you very much. Well, God bless y'all. Thank you so much for supporting the Mitt Romney, Paul Ryan ticket, and I would truly appreciate your vote as well. God bless you, and we'll get in the sun. Thanks so much.
Thank you.
Y'all enjoy the rest of the time.